recognize.
What are your thoughts on this, men versus bear?
Oh my goodness. I think that it's a really good example of how, women can share, no matter how irrational their fears may be, people will jump to take them seriously, right?
Yeah.
So I think that you need only to look and see how far this hypothetical scenario has spread in order to see how people take women's concerns seriously, right? And you see very few people being able to challenge this thing, and
I know, because they put it out there like it's all about sexual assault. At first, if you were gonna challenge it, for me too, even I was like, "What ridiculous, weird thing is this?" But then when you start to read it, they all like, "We've been abused, we've been abused, we've been abused," and if you don't get it, you are privileged. So it's kind of like, well, okay, I can't say anything to that because in a sense, maybe I am privileged, right? Okay, in this sense, maybe. But but they're like, they've been abused in childhood and stuff like this. And it's like, okay, well, part of it, I think, is that, they have this statistic where they say a lot of women are abused, right? And I think if these statistics are true, then in feminism, these women, there would be a overrepresentation of abused women. So they are all products of abuse in a sense. And the abuse that they write about in these threads is childhood abuse, meaning people interfered with them as children and stuff, it seems. So this is seriously quite harsh stuff. And what can you say to that?
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that, again, as a counselor, I think that it is important for people to, do the hard work of examining their traumas, working through them, dealing with any irrational phobias that might have come up as a result of their abuse, so that they don't perpetuate.
Yeah, because yes, they've been abused, but it's not an excuse to hurt other people. And
exactly.
Basically, they have to realize that their language is hurtful. And men have tried to say that, but they get laughed at. Men have tried to say not all men when they said teach men not to rape. But men just get laughed at over and over. They say, when you say not all men, we mean you. In all of the threads, they just keep laughing. You're men who come in here, we mean you. That's who we don't want to meet in the forest. And, so they just coming at the men. And it's like, I understand that you have been assaulted and that you have been hurt, and my sympathy, yes. But at some point, yes, you cannot use this pain to hurt people who have absolutely nothing to do with your assault.
Totally. Yeah. And the fact that, the response to the men challenging this is like universally negative.
Yeah.
And
the fact that, they're saying, oh, they're for men too, and blah, 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 and men should be able to speak out. It's like men are trying to communicate with you in a very nice and humble way. What they're trying to say is that you are saying hurtful things. They literally try to tell you this, and you just laugh at them, and you think you're listening to men? How is that listening to anybody? Somebody complains. We talk about pronouns and things. I made a video saying that. They say, with pronouns, we have to use the right pronouns. I agree with them, use the right pronouns, right? But this is being sensitive to someone because you use the right pronouns because the person said, I'm hurt when you call me him or whatever, her or whatever, if you say the wrong thing. So you will be careful. Men are hurt when you call them rapist. Be careful. It's how hard is that? Like, I'm hurt if you misgender me. Hey, I'm hurt if you call me a rapist. Is it very hard?
Right? But to tie this all back into the original question of gynocentrism, this is just an indication. Women can say things like this, and everybody jumps to take them seriously, right? Nobody challenges what they're saying, so they can They can complain, they can vent about any little thing that bothers them, and everybody jumps to take them seriously.
Yeah.
The world is focused very heavily on women's comfort.
But yet they're still complaining because they're saying that men need to fix this rape. You know, the idea is that men, I have spoken to them so much, seriously, and I've seen all their memes. I'm, like I said, I'm more in feminist circles than anti-feminist circles. Their idea on this whole thing is that men need to fix this rape situation. I had women comment and talk to me and say, well, it's men's fault. And I'm like, how are men going to fix this rape situation? And they're like, they just need to stop raping. You know? And it's like, what?
We didn't think that.
Yeah, the solution is they just need to stop raping. You know, it's like, she's like, only men can fix this. They just need to stop raping. And it's like, really? Really? Your idea on the rape situation in the world is a simple solution that men need to just stop raping. It's like, really? You know?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Just stop. Just don't murder. Just, don't murder. Just don't steal cars. And then all of a sudden, miraculously, the theft.
Yeah, just don't be a bad person. Right? Yeah. Nobody's going to be bad again. We forgot to tell them that in kindergarten. Should have just told all the kindergartners, don't be bad. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. If only it were that simple.
If only it were that simple, yeah. They're like, I'm suppose when a feminist religion decides to write 10 commandments, 3 of the commandments will be men don't rape.
Exactly.
They'll be like, woman, you can rape all you want. Men don't rape.
I know, right? God.
Oh gosh.